If you're not listening to Pubcast, the terrorists are winning. That's what Jay Moore says.
Welcome to the Pubcast. Sit down and enjoy a pint.
All right, welcome to the Pubcast. In this episode, Mike, Eric, and Allison join me to break down the movie Snatch from director Guy Ritchie. Last episode, we broke down Casino Royale, and I said that was my top five, or in my top five movies of all time, but I think I was wrong. I think number 6 is Casino Royale, and that Snatch actually is in the top 5. Either way, Snatch is great. It builds on the London gangster underground that Guy Ritchie established in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. And it really shows Ritchie's style of writing and directing that you can see in his most recent movie, The Gentleman, with Matthew McConaughey. It's a super fun heist movie, and we had some great ideas about how to recast it if it was being made today. So, go to the bookies, grab your 86-carat diamond, and get ready for Snatch.
Has a diamond the size of a fist.
86 carats.
Do you know something that I don't?
Jeez, it's flawless.
Where?
London.
London.
You know, fish, chips, cup of tea, Mary Poppins, London.
What do I know about diamonds? I'm a boxing promoter.
I've got a bare knuckle fight. I want to use the pike in.
What?
You're going to have to repeat that.
What? What's a gun doing in your trousers? For protection. Protection from what? The Germans. I'll put the case and give me the stone.
The only man who knew the combination. You just shot.
I'm getting heartburn. Tony, do something terrible.
Where is the stone?
Heavy. Shut up and sit down, you big balls. So what should I play?
You can call me Susan if it makes you happy.
I don't care if it's Muhammad, Imad, Bruce Lee.
You're going down in the 4th round. Whoops.
Anything to declare?
Yeah, don't go to England.
Satisfies frame furniture and scarf cushions with matching chocolate covers.
Did you understand a single word of what he just said?
All right, Snatch. This came out in December 2000, but like all the data you find, or all the information I found on it, is basically 2001 because it came out so late. So here is
we're right at the 20th anniversary mark.
We are at the 20-year mark, yeah.
Here's the no-nonsense plot. Mike, if you don't remember, this is when I give the IMDb description of the movie, and it's very dry and kind of it misses the mark usually, but we'll see.
Clinical.
Yeah, clinical, exactly. Unscrupulous boxing promoters, violent bookmakers, a Russian gangster, incompetent amateur robbers, and supposedly Jewish jewelers fight to track down a priceless stolen diamond. All right.
Not bad.
Fair enough.
It's covering all the ingredients.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it definitely lacks something, which is what we like. Okay, overall reaction to the movie. When this came out, where were you? Where did you see it? What impact did it have? Do you remember, being excited or not? Did it sneak up on you? Because I remember it coming out and being fired up to see it because it combined all the stuff I like. It was gangster movies. It was sort of boxing. It was, Irish, English sort of nonsense. Yeah, a heist. All that sort of stupid stuff. And I was fired up. And this was kind of on the heels of Fight Club of 1999. Right. And so Brad Pitt boxing, that was a thing for a while, like all the fighting stuff. So I was totally in from the beginning. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is like one of my favorite movies. It was so funny, so unique, gritty, gangster, Guy Ritchie stuff. Anyone?
Yeah, I'll jump in right here. So I will tell you, I saw this movie in the theater. I was so stoked for it because I had gotten on the train late for Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, totally.
And so I saw that on, probably on, what would it have been in 2000? Was it DVD yet or no? Either way, I got on that train late, and it was probably, within a year and a half of Snatch coming out. So I was really jacked to see it. And first of all, I am a massive sucker for a good heist movie.
Yep.
So that's a big piece of this. Benicio del Toro is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt was on fire at that point, and Jason Statham was just kind of coming in.
Yeah.
So I definitely, I saw this in the theater, and it was everything that I expected it to be and more, which is one of the reasons it's in my top 5. If you go back to some of our podcasts from the earlier years.
Well, and so we did Casino Royale last week, and that's one that I've said is in my top 5, but Snatch is also in my top 5. I think
you've got 10 top 5s.
Well, I have.
How many do you have in your top 5? Yeah,
I have 6 movies competing for 5 spots, and I think Snatch and Casino Royale are constantly fighting in and out. So at the moment, we're going to say Snatch is my top 5. It may be 6, but 5A and 5B.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
They're really good. Eric, I'm sure. I'm trying to think. 2000. I bet you didn't see this in the theater.
I did see this in the theater. I was in the Army at the time in North Carolina. I do remember it coming out. I remember being intrigued by it, I remember the advertisements used the Brad Pitt character a lot, and I was intrigued by that. And also, another thing I remember about it was Guy Ritchie had recently, I can't remember if they were married yet, but he was at the very least dating Madonna. And I remember, and I remember still when MTV still showed music, and they had, I remember Madonna being on a lot, and Madonna actually walking around wearing a t-shirt saying Snatch coming soon. Yeah. So I remember there was a lot of people talking about it, and we went to see it in the theater, and we're very excited to see it.
So I'm gonna step on the fun facts trivia section for a second, because you mentioned Madonna. So they were possibly dating, or maybe not even dating, when they were filming this movie, and they used her song Lucky Star in the movie.
Right.
And they had to pay $1 million to use that song. Cut to a few months later, they got married, and were a couple. I think the marriage happened before the premiere or something to that effect. So he just missed a chance. I'm sure he could have got a discount if they were married.
Right.
But, no.
Yeah, he might have got that for $500,000.
Yeah, exactly. Although the marriage didn't last all that long.
They really tried to get their money's worth, though, because they use it multiple times in the movie.
Yeah.
To kind of
Well, I don't have anything here. I don't know if anyone wants to talk about it or get specific about it, but the soundtrack is really good. And it's sort of unique, and it's songs. I mean, as we know, I'm not Johnny Music, so a lot of these songs I heard for the first time, or at least I wasn't super familiar with them when it came out.
I would say, just in terms of general reaction to the movie, the music and the editing are what make the movie. I mean, it's a great story and it's fun and all those things, but it really kind of kicks it over the top with the editing and the music. Yeah. And it's really well done. And obviously Guy Ritchie does all of the quick cuts and all of that. But I do like how the music enhances some of that, like the Viva Las Vegas thing with Frankie Four Fingers.
Yeah, with Benicio. Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of establishes his, Guy Ritchie's
Guy Ritchie-ness?
Style and tone for the Sherlock Holmes movies, The Gentleman, Rock and Rolla came after this, which is one I like a lot. It's a bit under the radar. It's not quite as good as this, but similar in tone.
Yeah.
Definitely under the radar though, and I think a little bit underrated.
Yeah, I like.
And The Gentleman. I mean, not to steer too far off topic, but I recently saw The Gentleman.
Yeah, we all are.
And
huge fans.
it's a gem.
Yeah,
it's a gem.
We'll do that at some point, just to talk about it. Although recasting it, we're not doing that.
No.
We'll have to do everything else except for that. It's
right.
Yeah, I like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Also was
Man from U.N.C.L.E. Right.
Guy Ritchie, and I think that one is under the radar as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it a lot more than the critic score would, or the audience score would even.
Well, speaking of that, let's do Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think the audience score for Snatch is? We're going to do audience and critics. Mike, I'll tell you that we always think the audience score is higher than the critics, but we're wrong more than half the time. So we don't have a good feel for this yet.
Right.
So what do we think the audience score is for Rotten Tomatoes for Snatch?
I'll go first. I'm going to say 87.
All right. Eric?
Audience score?
Yeah.
85.
Mike? He's coming back in.
I'm in.
All right.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. I just got unceremoniously bounced.
That's all right. Did you hear we're doing the Rotten Tomatoes score?
Okay.
So audience versus critics. So we're doing the audience score. What do you think Snatch got from the audience? What was the score?
And I said 87. Eric said 85.
Yeah.
I was my first instinct was to say 88.
That's a nice cluster.
88.
That is quite the cluster. I wonder if we're on the mark.
Rotten Tomatoes, the audience gave Snatch a 93.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
All undersold it.
Whew.
Now, that said, what did the critics give Snatch on Rotten Tomatoes, Al?
Critics. Let's see. Are they going to like the creativity and will they have appreciated the Guy Ritchie-ness of Guy Ritchie? I'm going to say 85.
85. Eric?
75.
Miguel?
I was going to say 78 because I remember the critics not being so kind to Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah. The critics gave Snatch a score of 73.
There we go.
That's one of our lower ones we've done recently.
How wrong could they possibly have been on this?
So, Snatch made a total of $83 million worldwide, 30 million domestic, which is the number we pay attention to the most. 30 million
American
domestic. Yeah.
All right. Didn't know if it would be like a British.
No, yeah. Which ranked it number 79 in 2001.
Wow.
Sandwiched right between the classics, or not so classic, of Not Another Teen Movie and Riding Cars with Boys.
Wow.
And right behind that was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Wow.
So it was not some giant hit. Although, if you total the worldwide gross, which was 83 million, the movie cost £6 million to make. So call that $8 million. I don't know.
Yeah.
8 million to make 80 million. That's a huge, wild success.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
That's Guy Ritchie's.
Yeah. There's a bit of trivia around that as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know it. I can't wait to hear that one. Let me give you the top 10 from 2001 with box office. Okay. It's kind of.
This is 2000.
2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is number 1, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Then Shrek. Then Monsters Inc. Then Rush Hour 2. The Mummy Returns.
Wow.
Pearl Harbor, Jurassic Park 3, Planet of the Apes, Hannibal, and The Lord of the Rings, the first one.
Wow.
So, yeah, not a murderer's row of great movies in 2001.
There's a couple big franchises in there.
Yeah, totally. They're all like summer popcorn movies, right?
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Trivia. Al, what's your trivia you had about?
Oh, well, so just on the kind of on the budget situation, spending $6 million on this movie, that they didn't have enough budget for extras. And so at the fight scene, every angle, they'd have like the crowd behind it. And if they shot a different angle, everybody had to like shuffle over and be in the crowd somewhere else. So it's like the same 15 or 20 guys in the audience just moving around the ring to make it look like there was a big crowd.
Yep.
Let's see. Fuck is said 163 times.
Oh, so I saw that too. And then I cross-checked it with another site. Said 159 times.
Oh,
so
I checked two sites and it was both said 163.
100.
Okay.
I like the 159 times specifically because it's tied with Platoon and one more than your movie, The Heat.
Oh.
Not Rob Nash's movie Heat, but The Heat.
The Heat
was one less.
It's so great.
So The Wolf of Wall Street holds the record with supposedly 569 bucks.
How many?
569.
Wow. That's incredible. That's more. What was the Lebowski was pretty high up there too, right?
These days it's not even.
Yeah.
Many have surpassed it by now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like Wilt Chamberlain's 100 points. Nobody's ever.
Yeah, well, and even this 569 is up for debate, but it's, just call it 500 plus, right?
Yeah. All right. So there were a number of things. I'll just do a couple that I thought were interesting, and then after everybody goes through, if you don't have them. So going back to the Madonna topic, that the guys that were doing the robbery at the beginning, they're all dressed up as Jewish jewelers. They're talking about having this whole conversation about the Virgin Mary. That is said to be a nod to Reservoir Dogs, where they're having the conversation about like a virgin.
Yep.
Thought that was kind of another Madonna piece in the movie.
It's like he was obsessed with Madonna or something.
Yeah. I'll do two more and then I'll pass the mic. One is that every mistake that Saul, Vinnie, and Tyrone made during the course of the movie came from a late night TV show about real life crime criminals that where the things have gone wrong.
It's like America's Dumbest Criminals or whatever.
Yeah. So I thought that was creative.
Like CCTV stuff.
Yeah. And then the other, which I thought I didn't spend a lot of time really cross-referencing this, but IMDb was my source. So I figured there's people that are fact-checking that. But when Mickey is saying the color of the caravan that he wants for Mima.
Periwinkle Blue.
Periwinkle Blue. And that is believed to be like a reference to Norman Bates, the dress that Norman Bates gets his mom, which is periwinkle blue. So like kind of this guy that's obsessed and really focused and adores the mother.
Wow. That's a good one.
So I thought whether or not that's true, but if it is, I really like it. And Brad Pitt Mickey never introduces her by name. It's just Mima.
Okay. Let's see. I'll give you the first one here from Mike, and then the second one is my favorite trivia piece. Okay, Mike, you're talking about Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yes.
The critics were hard on Lock, Stock because the Cockney accents were so thick and difficult to understand, at least for the critics, if not, American audiences in general. So Ritchie saw this and responded and specifically made the character of Mickey virtually unintelligible on purpose to fuck with the critics and fuck with the audience and honestly even fuck with the other cast members too.
Yeah.
But,
I kind of love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite piece of trivia too.
Mumbling fuck.
It's so great.
So the one that I like the best is because it's so perfect for the person and honestly the character. Vinnie Jones doesn't actually appear in the scene in which Vinnie and the character Vinnie, Vincent, and Saul are sitting in the car outside the bookies trying to hand over the diamond or figuring out how to do it outside the bar, I guess, where Vinnie Jones, Bullet Tooth Tony, walks up and knocks his gun on the window and, tells him to basically hand over the diamond. And then you only see his reflection in the window, so you can't see his face. Watching it last night, it's definitely dubbed over. The guy's head is not saying the words that you hear. It's a lookalike or a double because Vinnie Jones, who is a former soccer player, soccer player. It's not rugby, it's soccer. Who is known as a tough guy, like basically a soccer goon. Would fight people and get red cards and get thrown out all the time. Just a tough guy, fighting guy, hence his character. He got into a fight the night before, was thrown into jail, so he couldn't make it to set to film this scene. I love it.
Yeah, I love that piece of trivia. That is so great.
The dog, his name was Bow, B-O-W. That's a good name.
Is it Bow or Bo?
I said Bow, like Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Bow or Bo. I said, we're going to go with Bow. So he bit Lenny James, the character Saul, in the crotch and in the car scene and was replaced by another dog that they made look like him, like painted his eyes or whatever. But also later on, Saul, he shoots the shotgun at the bookies and he hits himself again in the crotch with the shotgun, and that take is in the in the scene.
And actually in the movie.
Yeah. Brad Pitt as Mickey didn't shower much, if at all, during filming, so he could have that grungy, greasy look, and he fucking pulled it off because
he did.
He looks greasy.
Very.
Nearly. I don't have a number, but nearly every death in the movie takes place off screen.
Yep. And do you know how many there are?
I do. Mike and Eric, do you have an idea of what the body count is for Snatch?
I'm going to say, go ahead, Eric.
I was going to say about a dozen.
All right. Mike?
Oh man, I'm going to say a cool 8.
The number I found was 26.
That's the number I found too.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, like, think about it. There's like a bunch of randoms with Bricktop at the beginning where, there's just a lot of that.
Even that flashback stuff.
Yeah, then, there's the guys in the van after the fight that get shot up.
It feels high, but with all of Bricktop's guys who get slaughtered by the pikeys at the end.
Yeah.
So that's all the trivia I have. If you want to add something else, feel free. But I have one question for the group because I thought I would find this in the research and I didn't. So we have to come up with our own hypothesis here, all four of us. Throughout the movie, from the beginning to the end, essentially, Turkish is drinking milk the entire time. Anytime you see him with a drink, it's always milk. He's getting milk. He's got a glass of milk. He's got milk in the car. He throws milk on the car that causes the wreck. Why do we think he's drinking milk? My thought is that the only thing is it's like a foreshadowing to when he throws that milk, it causes the accident and kicks off the events that,
the trigger,
that it's supposed to be like the clue that it's him that does it.
I guess. I mean, but we do see it at the end. Like, there's no question he did it. Any idea why he's drinking milk? Is there some? there must be some sort of symbolism or some inside joke that I can't figure out.
I think I don't know. I think it's used to set up that prop. You know what I mean?
I guess. But
or is it used just as an excuse for Tommy to have that monologue about the human digestion and evolution?
Yeah.
Yeah. It all seems flimsy. I think we need to go get Guy Ritchie on the horn and ask him directly. But,
we do.
All right. Beep, boop, bop, boop, beep.
I've got...
Did they have...
Oh, do you guys have any other trivia to add? There's not a lot of stuff available online. So
I think one interesting thing that I did find, and I did not realize this, and had to kind of go back and look at it, the Dennis Farina character, who I really enjoyed in this movie, right? Cousin Avi. Hello, Avi.
Yes.
His name is not Avi.
Right.
And,
what's his first name? I forget.
Abraham
Denovitz. So he is Jewish because, when I first saw the movie the first time, I'm like, there's no way. Is he really Jewish or is he playing a Jewish guy? Right. Like, an Italian guy playing a Jewish guy, like making believe so that he can be in the, the diamond trade.
He's Jewish, but like it appears his cousin isn't. Doug the Head. Yeah. Because I think even in the voiceover, it says that he's not, but it's good business.
Yeah.
But he and Doug the Head have the same surname.
I know.
So I don't know. It's just like another interesting little twist in the entirety of this movie that,
he converted to Protestantism
at some point.
Yeah.
Anglican.
Eric, did you have any?
Yeah, dive in, Eric. There's not much.
No. Yeah, there isn't much out there. I had the ones that I can think of are the ones that have been brought up already about the reason for Brad Pitt's character being nobody can understand him, and I remember I had read about like the $1 million paid for Lucky Star and stuff like that, but that's about all I can remember.
About casting, but that's separate.
Yeah, I've got one other one, and I don't know that it's really trivia. And I was trying to think, okay, so why would this be? Either it's a continuity issue or there's an intentional part to the story. And I thought perhaps I kind of have an idea of why they would do it. So throughout the whole movie, they talk about it being an 86 karat diamond.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the very end of the movie, when they remove the diamond from the dog's belly, they say it's an 84 karat diamond. And so
did it break down in the dog's system?
No, I was not thinking that. I was thinking, are they trying to hide the fact that they have this diamond and not like starting the whole story back up? So not saying it's another 86 karat brilliant diamond that's been found and is looking to be sold. It's an 84 karat diamond.
Same one.
It's not the same.
It's not the same one. Yeah.
And it's off by a couple carats. Like, would you sacrifice a couple carats in order to get it for 84?
Right.
Versus 86, or is it just an error?
My take on that is the voiceover at that point, at least, is from Turkish at the end. I guess the whole thing is really, but specifically there, when he would have gotten the diamond out of the dog and had Doug the Head look at it, and Doug the Head evaluated it as 84 carats, where 86 may have been an estimate before, or you know what I mean?
Or did somebody chip 2 carats off of it to get a little taste?
Right.
Well, that's not unheard of.
Yeah.
Always possible.
Yeah, this might have to be another one to add to our list for Guy Ritchie.
Yeah. All right.
But I thought that I definitely caught it last night, and it kind of it made me pause just for a second, and then I kind of moved on.
I fully believe that's a mistake, right? It's got to be.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would think.
But
so.
I like the idea that they're trying to disguise it that it's a different diamond, and
I like the idea that the dog's stomach acid ate away 2 carrots.
2 carrots worth of diamond.
Okay.
I love it.
I've got 2 little things about casting, and that's all I found.
Okay.
I didn't really dive into it too far. Brad Pitt was originally offered the role of Turkish,
Yep.
but he couldn't nail the London accent.
Yep.
So they gave him the garbled Irish English pikey accent, so he could just do that, which dovetails nicely into my previous discussion on one of our podcasts where I said Brad Pitt does the worst ever Irish accent in that movie with Harrison Ford.
Oh God, it was awful.
It was awful. He was trying to do a Northern Irish, and it was horrendous.
I don't remember.
He can't pull off an Irish English accent.
UK, yeah, like that whole, yeah. It's not. He does not have that shot in his back.
No. And then the other one I have. This is interesting. I question how far this went, but supposedly Sean Connery was the first choice to play Bricktop.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
And it went as far as that they had him watch Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels to get a feel for Ritchie, and
he walked.
I didn't see anything after that. Like, there was no, like, he hated it and said, go fuck yourself. There wasn't anything like that, but his name was never associated with the movie after that. So you can imagine.
But I did read that after Snatch came out, he saw the movie and said it was a good movie.
Oh, Sir Sean. He's on board. All right.
Now that you bring that up, I thought, I'm pretty sure I read something where, Sean Connery watched Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. He came out of it saying he liked it, but then at the same time was sort of like, you can't afford me. And I saw that he watched it, and then whatever I read, like, there was no conclusion to it. Like, he was like, it's fine.
I'll say this: if the budget for the film was £6 million, right? He would have cost £6 million minimum.
They couldn't afford an extra 300 extras for the fight scene. So I mean,
right? Yeah, they were moving the extras in the fight scenes around the ring so that they could have them in the background. It's wild. I mean, talk about doing it on a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
There's an interesting. It's not so much a casting thing, but Guy Ritchie appears in the movie, right? Yep. When we first meet Doug the Head, it's in a bar.
Yeah.
And he's like in the background reading a newspaper. And he's done a few cameos in his movies. Not many, though. Only like 2 or 3.
Yeah. There were a number of other places in the movie where members of the crew were used as extras, or some people, like everybody was kind of like doubling up on parts.
Like, isn't the guy in charge of the stunts was the guy getting his head smashed in the door by Vinnie Jones?
Yeah, man, you can make these cheap movies. You got to use everybody that's around.
All hands on deck.
in one of the behind the scenes, movies or videos I found online, the reason Guy Ritchie was in the pub in that scene is because that's just where he was sitting. That's where he was directing the shot from.
Oh, really?
He was having a cup of tea over there, reading the paper and stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, we're getting ready for the shot." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll just stay here." And they he's sort of in the background and nonsense. It doesn't matter. No one's focused on him, and it's not like a period piece where he has to be dressed a certain way. So he was just sort of like, "Yeah, go ahead, and I'll just be here."
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's the kind of director I would be. Like, shoot around me, it's fine. Okay, everyone's favorite game or discussion. It's a recasting debate. It's recaster bait.
Better close the door. It's time to recaster bait.
Okay, we have a lot of names to get through. Let's say the 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say the main 4 are Turkish, Tommy, Mickey, and Bricktop. Then you've got 4 supporting guys: Avi, Bullet Tooth Tony, Boris the Blade, Frankie Four Fingers. And then as a bonus, I guess, Vinny, Saul, and Tyrone. Let's try to limit the number of names we threw out there. Limit it to 2, or if you have more than 2, crank through them, and let's not evaluate every one because we can't be here all night.
I don't think you're going to get that many out of me.
No.
So you're okay.
I only have 2. I have 2 for most of them, and I have 3 under protest. So
I think I have 1 for most of mine, and I have a couple spares. That's about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with Turkish, and then we'll go from there. I had the toughest time with Turkish and Tommy. I didn't know what to do with these guys. My backup Turkish, and I got stuck into the choosing British actors. So I didn't go for many Americans. My backup Turkish is Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh,
damn!
I don't know if he works or not, but he's fine.
I have him somewhere else.
And then my number 1 Turkish, the guy I think could work, but I like him in everything really, is James McAvoy.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that he has to have a shaved head like Jason Statham or not, but I think he can pull this off.
Yeah.
But I don't love either one of those.
Yeah.
So.
Al? So I had a few of them, and I'm going to kind of go least to best, and I'm going to go quick.
All right, go quick.
Miles Teller.
He comes up a lot.
Yeah. Not for me, though.
I know.
But Henry Cavill.
Whoo! Really?
Yep.
Tough one.
I know. Ben Whishaw, who's Q.
I had him somewhere else.
And then the one that I thought was his name came up in my head just as I was watching it, and that was Charlie Hunnam from
The Gentleman.
The Gentleman. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eric, who's your Turkish?
I only have 1 name. I put Charlie Hunnam somewhere else. I considered Henry Cavill the past. My Turkish is Luke Evans.
Oh,
interesting.
I kind of like that one. I like it. I wouldn't have expected it. Yeah. All right, Cross, give me a Turkish.
Guys, I've got to tell you, you already cracked part of the code, and it's just diving into the Harry Potter series, right? So I had Ron Weasley.
Pretty funny.
Well, I mean, hear me out on this. It kind of works because it's like, in a way, he's kind of this nerdy kind of guy who's just cast into these situations and probably isn't adept at handling what's in front of him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, candidly, we know he wasn't adept at it based on the character and the outcomes. So that's kind of why I went down that path.
This is one of those movies, maybe the first movie really, that we've done where I don't think the casting matters that much. Like I think you can find a wide range of people to play most of these characters, and it's much more in the writing and the directing and I guess the performance. But
I will agree with that, but there's got to be a couple of caveats here.
Yeah, there is a couple guys who have to be certain guys.
Like, well, and what's amazing is the first one that I think of is Bricktop. Like,
hold that one.
Yeah.
We'll
okay. I mean, no, it's just so perfectly cast.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And if they were shooting for, it's one of those situations where they went for the big shot with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
And they missed, and they were probably pissed off in the moment or disappointed, and it wound up working to their advantage.
All right.
Anyways,
let's go.
I digress.
Tommy, I love it. Tommy was very difficult for me.
I had one that was like I felt was a slam dunk.
Okay, so do you want to do yours or should I do mine?
It doesn't matter.
I don't feel strong about mine at all,
Okay.
so that's why I like to lead with mine because this is terrible.
Okay.
My backup is Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
Oh.
Fine. Who cares? The one I like, but he's too old.
Okay.
Is Charlie Day.
Oh.
Fucking love it. No, I see. I don't. This is why this is frustrating though, because that's a perfect fit.
So Mike,
Charlie Day would be ideal.
Charlie Day is one of our the people that come up pretty often in our podcast.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a joke, but it's kind of real.
No, but yeah, it definitely works.
I typically make it a point to put him in every movie.
Every movie, yeah.
I find something for him, but I didn't put him anywhere this time, and I couldn't find a spot for him in Casino Royale. But every other movie we've done, I've put Charlie Day somewhere.
Well, Eric, while you're talking about Charlie Day, why don't you do your Tommy?
I also struggled a little bit with Tommy. I also had Tom Holland, and then the other one that I thought of, and again, like you said, might be too old. Simon Pegg.
Oh, that's a good one.
Young Simon Pegg.
Yeah, a young Simon Pegg could do it.
Yeah.
Al, you want to dive into yours?
All right. So I had three. I have Domhnall Gleeson.
Oh yeah.
I have Daniel Radcliffe.
There you go.
And the one that I felt was the slam dunk is Finn Cole, who is Michael Gray from Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of looks like the guy who plays Tommy.
I like that one.
He's got kind of that innocent look about him that I think it works for the character Tommy.
What was that
in the movie?
That AMC show, whatever. It's not the motorcycle show, but there's the one. I'll forget it. Who cares?
Wow.
Yeah, he's good. I think that's a good one. Mike, do you have a Tommy?
I went Daniel Radcliffe on this.
Oh yeah, right.
So unfortunately,
that's a good one. I like that one. I do like that one though.
It's just I feel like I'm falling back on like the Harry Potter series based on the fact that
I know.
Yeah,
this is a Harry Potter.
I did have like my spare one was the guy who played Draco Malfoy.
Yeah.
Tom Felton.
Yeah. Whenever I look up British actors, he comes up.
Yeah.
To the top, but I haven't used him yet.
Yeah. Finn Cole was. I'm like, oh, that's.
I think
perfect.
he's good. I think he's great. Yeah. That might be the winner.
That is a good one, actually. Finn Cole, I like that pick.
Okay. Excuse me. Let's do Mickey.
All right.
And
I got a good one.
I got a good one. I want to go first because you guys are going to take mine.
Let's have Mike go first. Yeah, that's a good one. That's good.
I want for Mickey. I want an amped up Macaulay Culkin. I wanted to go first just in case someone else was going to bounce that one out there.
Hilarious!
Holy shit!
Think about it. It works.
That's a name I did not think was going to come up.
No,
I think
that's a good one.
It's not bad. I'm not going to fight that one.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to get him on some steroids, right?
Hey, whatever.
For a couple of cycles over 6 months, but you could get him there.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to do my Mickey with some context, and specifically for Mike as well, because he's not up to speed on all of our stupidity. In addition to Charlie Day, there's another name that comes up in, I'll say every single podcast when we do this. And it is our man, Tom Hardy.
Gotta have him.
Yep. To me, Tom Hardy is my Mickey, number one, and there is no number two. I do have number two, but it's absolutely Tom Hardy for three reasons. It's exactly, it is right up, it hits his wheelhouse perfectly.
Yep.
It is fighting.
Yep.
It is dirty, greasy, unshaven look. And
UK based.
Yeah. And he is unintelligible and can put on a stupid voice and just ramble and mumble and is perfect.
Right.
Yeah. And it's believable. Yeah.
It's Tom Hardy to a T. Now I'll give you my second one just for a second name because there is no number two, but I also had Michael Fassbender.
Oh.
He can pull
I like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
This Mickey's Tom Hardy, and I can't imagine someone else.
Got it.
Al?
All right. So, of course, I had Tom Hardy on my list. But that was the throwaway. So I had Jonathan Rhys-Meyers.
Yeah.
I had Ryan Gosling.
Sure.
But my number one, and this is for Brendan as well, Paul Anderson, who plays Arthur in Peaky Blinders.
Oh.
There you go.
Sure.
I like that. I actually like that.
And if he's not Mickey, he plays Mickey's brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's in this movie somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be cast.
Arthur Shelby. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Eric, do you have a Mickey?
I've got two Mickeys. Neither one of them I'm super excited about. I had between the two, my backup is Cillian Murphy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess my pick would be Charlie Hunnam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I put Tom Hardy somewhere else.
Oh, for the record, I have Tom Hardy two other places as well. I have 3 Tom Hardys.
Wow.
He's not number one in each case, but he's my backup. He's on the bench.
He would be in this movie. Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Al, why don't you go with your Bricktop?
Oh God. All right. So my throwaway is Tom Hardy, right? For Bricktop.
I definitely had him on there.
I had a lot of guys that I thought could pull off Bricktop. I'm gonna go with Tom Wilkinson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
I like that one too.
And Gary Oldman.
Damn it.
Gary Oldman.
This is like clipboard across the board.
Yeah.
Damn. Gary Oldman, that's a good pick.
He's my number one, and there is no number 2.
Right.
Yeah, that's Gary Oldman getting back to his roots of just the complete psycho.
Totally.
So,
God, he's such a nut job. I love
Allison
him.
stole my Gary Oldman, but that's number 1 with a bullet. Absolutely. I've got two throwaways: Hugh Grant and Sean Bean.
Oh, Hugh Grant was on my list also, and only reason is because he's like migrating over to this from The Gentleman.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then I've got my wild card.
Ooh.
And my wild card, if I can't have Gary Oldman, are you ready, Eric? Are you ready for this one? My wild card Bricktop, Tilda Swinton.
Oh, Paris, somewhere else.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking Swinton.
I think she can pull it off.
I think she could pull it off.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, now I'm actually kind of embarrassed by my Bricktop after all those amazing choices. So I was thinking about just that actor and the way he plays that character. He's so unique and so specific. I couldn't imagine anybody playing it that way. And I guess I went in a very weird direction, and I just wanted an actor, someone to just go totally like method and go completely dig.
Wait a second.
Super deep.
I think I know where you're going with this, and it's my pick, but I'm going to let you say it first.
All right. My pick, I wanted him to just go to the craziest place he's ever gone.
Yeah.
With his method acting, and that would be Christian Bale.
Oh, that is not mine, but that is fantastic.
I have him somewhere else.
That's good.
That is a fantastic choice.
That's good.
I have two for Bricktop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One of them's dead, so it doesn't count, right? The other one is retired, so it doesn't count. And this is where the method acting comes in. I have Daniel Day-Lewis as my number one.
Anytime
Right?
you say method actor, that's the only person I think of.
But my
else.
wild card is Alan Rickman.
Oh,
Yeah.
He could have pulled that off. I see him pulling it off.
Well, let's film this movie in 2017 or 18, and
when he did, Daniel Day-Lewis is still working, and Alan Rickman's on this side of the grass.
Yeah, man. All right, Mike, let's stick with you, and you give us your Avi.
You know, this was by far the hardest one for me.
I agree.
And it's interesting that the Sunny cast keeps rearing its head, because I picked Danny DeVito.
Oh.
Because I could totally see him wiggling his way into this and making it entertaining.
That would be funny, actually. That'd be really good.
And I mean, and Avi is like the lightest character in the movie. Because everything that's going around him is relatively comical. I mean, obviously there's a little bit more serious scenes, but it's always kind of the funny pieces of the movie. He's engaged. So I'm like, Danny DeVito could pull that off.
That's funny.
That's a really good one. Eric?
I struggled with Avi a lot, and I don't. This is the only place where I cast any Americans.
Yeah.
But I don't like. I got 3 names. I don't really care for any of them. I have, in no particular order, Bryan Cranston, John Hamm,
John Hamm,
and Ted Danson.
That's fantastic. I would love to see Danson like switch gears and become something other than what he is, right?
Shit.
That would be it.
Oh my God. So for me, I had a singular lens in which I cast this character, and that was, could I hear them say, "Sit down and shut up, you big bald fuck"? So that made me,
you big bald fuck.
Every actor I considered for this part had to be able to use a voice that caught my attention.
Coming to London.
So I had, I actually came up with a lot of names because of that.
Wow.
I thought of Samuel L. Jackson playing
nice.
like a totally different.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin.
Mike's favorite. Yeah. Mike loves.
Oh God, Josh Brolin.
So.
If it would get him to stop posting on social media, I'd be in for this.
Yeah.
So then I thought George Clooney might be good in that part.
Yeah.
Might.
And
then I had Steve Buscemi as another possibility, but my favorite was Ray Liotta.
Oh,
good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. I like that poll.
I like Liotta in that one. Yep, that works totally. I had a lot of problems with Avi. I have 2 names. I don't like either one of them, but my number one I can live with. But my backup is, for some reason, Stanley Tucci.
Oh.
Good. Yeah, good. That's a good pick.
Okay.
The guy
Big
I'm
fan
going with is Alec Baldwin.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's my Avi.
I
don't love it, but that's all I got. All right.
I kind of like that.
We get into the 3 knuckleheads of Bullet-Tooth Tony, Boris the Blade, and Frankie Four Fingers. Bullet-Tooth Tony. Eric, you go first.
Idris Elba.
Damn it.
I had him too.
I don't have him, but I considered him.
It took me a long time to find a name for Bullet-Tooth Tony, but as soon as I hit on him, that's why I didn't even hesitate when you asked the question. I didn't even want to dance around it. It's got to be Idris Elba for me.
So I've got, let's call, all right, before I get to my number one, my backups were Christian Bale and Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy as Bullet Tony could be something as well. My number one is Idris Elba Light, and that is Digimon Hansu.
Jimon Hansu. Yeah.
Hansu. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think he could do a Bullet Tony, but yeah, he's essentially Idris Elba.
Yeah.
In this case.
I like it.
What do you got, Mike?
I had Tom Hardy in this one. That was kind of like a chip shot, right? But my wild card on this one was Charlie Hunnam, because he can play a mean character, right? So I just thought it would be a twist. It'd be a little bit of a twist. Bullet Tony seems like he's a little broader, like bigger. You know, Charlie Hunnam doesn't seem like he's like the strapping kind of.
Charlie Hunnam is becoming a jack of all trades for us on this. We use him for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's versatile.
So does Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, right?
Al, what do you have?
So I had I thought we put Jason Statham in this role 20 years later.
That's actually a good call right there, right?
Going in a slightly different direction, I had Robert Carlyle.
Oh, where's he been the last 15 years?
Right.
All right.
But I had two others that are more realistic, and that was either Colin Farrell or John Barenthal.
Colin Farrell probably deserves a seat at this table somewhere.
Farrell. Yeah. That's a name I didn't consider for any of these.
Actually, he would have been a good Mickey.
He would have been a good Mickey. He could make. He's in this movie somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's in the frame. He is definitely in the frame.
Yeah, I put Colin Farrell. I do have Colin Farrell in here somewhere else.
You did squeeze him in, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Boris the Blade. And I'll start because this is my third place where I had Tom Hardy. Not my number one, but he's on my list. So my backup Boris the Blades are Daniel Day-Lewis, Tom Hardy, and the guy I'm going with for Boris the Blade for some reason is Ralph Fiennes.
Oh.
Rafe,
yeah.
I'm a fan of his.
I don't know if he works there. But,
it might work.
Well, he was in one of my top 3 movies, The English Patient.
That's right. Good Lord, we got to have that conversation sometime soon.
I know. Well, we've already had it multiple times on these podcasts.
No, I know.
For those who are just tuning in, I get my ass kicked for that being in my top 3 movies every single time.
Who's your Boris the Blade? Mike.
My Boris the Blade. So I'm going to have to beg for forgiveness on this because I was like leaning in and just thinking different people, but I had Robin Williams, and again, he's kind of dead. So, but I think he would have been awesome in that role either then or like at his expiration date. He would have been great.
Yeah. Could see it.
Eric, and that's all I could really come up with on Boris. That was a tough one because I don't even know who that guy is who played him, but he was great.
He's great, and he always plays the Russian in whatever movie he's in. Like he's
right. Yeah, I don't even know his name.
He's only Russian. Yeah. Eric, do you have a Blade?
This is where I put Tom Hardy.
There you go.
Yeah. I had Tom Hardy as Boris, Bullet Tony, and Mickey. 3 variations of Tom Hardy.
It would have worked on the budget for him to.
Yeah, just have him bounce around, play multiple characters.
Eddie Murphy.
But like Peter Sellers and Dr. Strangelove.
Oh yeah. Al.
All right,
Boris.
so this is where I had Alec Baldwin.
Yep.
But I had also Peter Stormare, who's the guy from Fargo.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then my number one, and I'm laughing just thinking about it, but I think it would be hilarious, is Sacha Baron Cohen.
He should be in every movie at this point. Just put him in everything. I would have him working around the clock, but I like the Peter Stormare pick. That's really good.
So the next one is Frankie Four Fingers. I think Sasha could do that, but he's not on my list.
Yeah.
Frankie Four Fingers. I've got two backups that I don't like. I only go with my number one. My backups would be Tom Hiddleston, Robert Pattinson for some reason. Who cares? The guy I like is Ben Whishaw, Q from the Bond movies. I think he'd be a good Frankie Four Fingers.
Yeah.
Eric, what you got?
That works.
I went sort of in the same vein of Benicio del Toro and said Pedro Pascal.
That's a
good call.
I like going off the beaten path for that character. I prefer the lesser known guy. It's good. Al?
So go ahead.
Go ahead now.
So when we went through the list of characters we would be doing, there is not a single woman on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to figure out where might be a good place to have somebody in here, have a woman in this.
If you look at, I was watching the movie and doing this list. There's no women in the whole entire
There
movie.
are no women.
Like one.
Yeah.
The twins.
The twins, that's it.
The twins and the mom.
And the chick in the betting booth.
Oh, right.
Yeah. All bets are off.
By the way. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Tilda.
That's young.
That's where I have Tilda Swinton. But so I have Kat Denning and
That's Frankie Four Fingers?
Yeah. So
I kind of like that.
Kind of playing not like the marble mouth version, but just kind of a kind of goofball in this position or in this role. I have Catherine Hahn, and then kind of having it be a male character, I put in James Marsden.
Oh, James Marsden, good call. I like that too. Westworld. My nemesis, that show.
Ugh.
I just had one for Frankie Four Fingers, but I think it's a fucking dynamic fit.
Okay.
Jared Leto.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's good. I like that. I like that.
Because he's just weird enough to pull it off. Like Benicio del Toro is strange.
Yeah, totally.
And strange and talented, right? And I kind of put Jared Leto in that category. Another guy would be Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Like they're just like super weird personally already. So, but I like was going Shia LaBeouf, Jared Leto, and I kind of landed on Jared Leto.
Yeah. Did we get Eric, Frankie Four Fingers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Pedro Pascal.
So, that's right. I'm going to do all three of these together because I have one name for each. And this is Vincent, Saul, and Tyrone. So I've got Daniel Kaluuya for Vinny. Yeah. I've got Donald Glover for Saul.
Oh.
And I've got John Boyega for Tyrone.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think they could all make those work.
I'm with you on all of them.
I'm back to my casting dead people again.
Yes.
I have Chadwick Boseman, Kevin Hart, and Patrice O'Neal.
Oh.
Which would fucking Patrice O'Neal getting attacked by that dog in the back of the car. Like I envisioned it in my head.
But I would think Patrice would be the driver who can't get out of the front seat.
Oh yeah, he's the driver. Yeah, but yes, because he would have to play the bigger guy, right? But I know I kind of subconsciously put him in the back seat getting attacked by the dog, so it would have been so funny.
Yeah, so I had the same names that you had written down, and then I'm like, I don't know enough kind of young British actors, so I just put the toddlers down. Just swap out the
toddlers from The Gentleman. Yes.
Yeah, the toddlers.
And put them in.
All right.
I like it.
It's good.
They're like a band. You just kind of they go in together.
Yeah. Eric, do you have any of these?
Yeah, I have the same. I had the same. I didn't pick a Tyrone.
Yeah.
But I do have John Boyega and Daniel Kaluuya for Saul and Vinny, and they're almost interchangeable. It's
interchangeable, right?
Yeah, sweet. I I don't have any other characters. Allison usually pull a wild card.
Well, one of them I already said, which was the woman in the betting booth, and that's where I put Tilda Swinton.
Yeah. Tilda Swinton.
Yep. The other one was Doug the Head, and that's where I put Stanley Tucci.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the Tilda Swinton pick. In an homage to Quentin Tarantino, though, you could always put Uma Thurman in that booth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And not so much age specific, being a bet taker in a parlor, right?
Yep.
So
I wrote down 2 actors' names that I was trying to fit into some of these places, but I couldn't fit them in, and I'm surprised we didn't get him in anywhere. And that was Jude Law and Ewan McGregor. I thought one or both of them would squeeze in here, and we didn't get those.
Yeah.
Jude Law, I really think Jude Law is talented, but I think part of the reason that he probably didn't come up is because he seems to have vanished.
Yeah.
I don't hear much about Jude Law anymore. Does anyone?
We did cast like 3 dead people too. So what about vanished?
Right. Sure, but
I think he's
this is
a little too. He feels a little too refined for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't fit, but we're.
Ewan McGregor's is annoying to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I liked what movie did I like? Like the Baz Luhrmann movie was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I don't think they work in this movie, but I was surprised we didn't throw them in.
But I'm not a real big fan of Ewan's. Ewan.
Okay, memorable scenes and quotable lines.
I got one.
Go ahead.
I cast a Darren who was Mickey's number one sidekick.
Yeah.
In the gypsy camp. Yeah. And I guess 2 names for that, or just like could be Pikeys in the background. I would add I'll add Ewan McGregor to that list. I didn't think of him, but I think he could work for that. And then 2 names, that's where I threw in Colin Farrell, and I would also put Liam Neeson in there too.
You know what? I was just going to bring up Liam Neeson as someone. How did he not squeeze into this list somewhere prior?
I thought of him for a moment for Bricktop.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just too nice. I don't buy any of those movies where he's, I will find you and I will kill you.
No, I don't know how he's not Mikey in the background because he's like 65 years old.
And he's also like 6'5" tall.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't make it into this somewhere earlier.
He could
maybe Bricktop or Doug the Head. He could even Avi. He wouldn't be able to pull off.
No, he's too European. All right, memorable scenes and quotable lines. There are many.
Man, all bets are off.
That's a great one.
Fill that back.
All bets are off.
I am not in here to make a fucking bet.
Appreciated, but all bets are off. If all bets are off, then there can't be any money, can there?
I ain't fucking buying that.
Well, that's handy, because I ain't fucking selling it. It's a fact.
Allison said, I think the most memorable one, or our favorite one.
Sit down and shut up, you big bald fuck.
You got a toothbrush? We're going to London. Do you hear that, Doug? I'm coming to London. Heavy. Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
You big bald
I'm coming to London. We'll say that when we're ready to go somewhere. That's
a staple in the O'Neill house.
Yeah.
My favorite is the Nemesis one, and I actually said it to someone once.
Oh yeah. That's a great quote.
Or
do you know what Nemesis means?
Nemesis means a righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent. Personified in this case by an horrible cunt. Me.
Do you know what nemesis means? A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent. Personified in this case by an honorable cunt. Me.
My favorite Bricktop line is when they're making him tea and they ask him if he wants sugar, and he's like, "No, I'm sweet enough."
Yeah.
No Turkish, I'm sweet enough.
Yep.
You take sugar.
No, thank you, Turkish. I'm sweet enough.
I will say greedy as a pig a lot.
Greedy as a pig.
How about
As a pig.
It's amazing that most of the lines are from Bricktop, though.
Yeah.
Like the super memorable, like the ones that just punch, right?
Yeah.
You like Dags? I like Dags.
Dags? I like Dags. Oh, dogs.
Yeah, Dags. Do you like Dags? Dags. What?
Yeah, Dags.
Dags. Do you like Dags?
Oh, dogs. Sure. I like Dags. I like caravans more.
You're very welcome.
In the quiet words of the Virgin Mary, come again.
Come again. Come again.
In the quiet words of the Virgin Mary, come again.
There's so much fodder in this movie.
Tony.
Should I call you Bullet? Should I call you Bullet? Tooth?
Bullet? Tooth?
You can call me Susan.
Makes you happy.
Tony,
man.
Look in the dog. That's a good one.
Look in the dog. Oh, that reminds me of a piece of trivia. In this movie, he didn't want to look at the dog. And later, I think it was later that same year, Vinnie Jones was in Gone in 60 Seconds. And there was a situation in that movie where a dog swallowed a set of car keys.
Right.
Oh,
and
really? Wow.
Yeah, and he was totally game to cut open the dog. They had to almost hold him back.
Just cut him open.
And it was a direct reference to Snatch because he didn't want to cut open the dog in that movie, and then it got it 60 seconds.
Oh,
he
that's
wanted
great.
to cut open the dog.
I love those little ties that you don't even know about. And I've never seen Gone in 60 Seconds. Those are not my types of movies.
No.
So, but just hearing about it is good enough for me. And the ties that this, the homage that he paid to Tarantino by tying in the Lucky Star thing, or the Virgin thing with Madonna, and then kind of folding it all over. It's like a nice little nod to some of your mentors or some of the people that inspire you. It's kind of cool stuff.
Abby, pull your socks up. That's a good one.
Pull your socks up. Good.
Abby? Pull your socks up!
Yeah, a memorable scene, and this is one. I know this one is always one of Brendan's. Is when they Saul and Vinny walk into the bar to hold up Bullet Tooth Tony, and the bartender just looks at him and doesn't say anything. He just gets down on the ground.
Yeah,
yeah, he just goes down to his knees. Yeah,
I love it. He just he just disappears out of the scene. He's just gone.
Yeah,
Desert Eagle 0.50.
Yeah,
that you've got replica written down the side of your gun. And the fact that I've got Desert Eagle 0.50 written on the side of mine. Should precipitate your balls into shrinking along with your presence. Now, fuck off.
When they're out coursing the dogs, Tommy and then Mickey later fucks with them about it. Proper fucked.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Proper fucked. Proper fucked.
Desert Eagle.
Avi, pull your socks.
Yeah. For every action, there's a reaction, and a pikey reaction is quite a fucking thing.
Yes.
And then
I thought you said he was a getaway driver. What the fuck can he get away from?
that whole everything in the car is great.
the whole car thing, the tiny car.
And I love that his name, for whatever reason, the name Tyrone works so well when they're like, Tyrone's always effing up in this movie, and it's great.
Yeah.
Except he's the one that captures Frankie Four Fingers. That's even better. The fuck up gets him. And then this is one of those movies where we have one of the characters essentially say the title of the movie when Vinny has the toy and
Vinny,
says, "Don't snatch."
Don't snatch.
Yeah, that's always good.
Oh, another good Vinny and Saul moment is when Vinny asked Saul, "Did he have 4 fingers?" And he said, "I'm sorry, I couldn't get out the binoculars in time."
Yeah. So, this brings me to our final 2 questions before the game everyone loves.
The net worth game.
Would this movie work today? And the answer is a resounding yes, of course.
Of course, yes. Yep.
Does this movie get fucked up if it was set in modern days with cell phones or smartphones?
I don't think it does.
I don't think it does either, really.
No, I don't think it does.
No.
I think it's just as wild.
Now, here's the one that I think is more interesting is, what would you want to see in a sequel if there isn't one already?
God.
And I think
there isn't.
We just hit on it. It's probably a sequel or a prequel, and it's the 3 guys in the car.
Yeah.
I think it's a prequel.
Yeah.
And it would, but here's the thing. A guy like Guy Ritchie, like, he's such a hit it and quit it kind of dude when it comes to these things.
He's been rumored to be making a sequel to Rock and Rolla for 10 years, and that's not happening. So.
Yeah, and it's never happened, right? So, like, but what I would love to see is the prequel.
Yeah.
With those 3 clowns.
Yeah. All those 3 guys.
I would agree. I think also you could do something with Mickey and the whole caravan crowd.
Yeah.
Because they're going from one place to another, so there's always shenanigans that they can get into.
You could also do a deal where the hired gun of Bullet Tooth Tony and who he's working for and what he's doing and
that's good.
Whose head he's smashing into a Fiat or whatever it was. Yeah.
Bullet Tooth. Oh, I love that track. I love this track.
Vinnie Jones is awesome.
It's a shame that Ty's got you into this into this predicament.
Say, the irony that this tie got you in this situation.
Into this predicament.
What are you brushing your teeth with, mullet? Dog shit toothpaste or something like that? Okay, it is time for the How Much Are They Worth game.
And now, let's play the How Much Are They Worth game.
Net worth game.
Damn it.
It's an unlicensed boxing match.
All right. Here
we've been fighting this battle for years, O'Neill.
I know, it's my favorite thing. That's why I will never change the name. And
no, I know.
Here we go.
You're doing it to spite me.
The 5 people I picked are Dennis Farina. I know he's dead, but it's his estate, I guess.
Sure.
Benicio del Toro.
Okay.
Jason Statham, Guy Ritchie, and Brad Pitt.
All right.
If we get too far off of that reservation, it's names we don't even know. Okay. Let's start with Dennis Farina. Former
R.I.P.
cop Dennis Farina.
R.I.P. And can we give a nod to him as Jimmy Serrano in Midnight Run, which was another great movie.
You can.
God bless. R.I.P.
Ray Barboni and Get Shorty.
Oh, I forgot about he was in Get Shorty too. God damn, he was in a lot of good movies.
He's got the most severe, distinctive Chicago accent you've ever heard.
Absolutely, like off the chain.
Yeah.
You know what he sounds like? A Chicago cop, because that's what he was.
He almost sounds like, the fucking the Bears super fan.
Yeah, he's like 2 degrees off of that.
Yeah.
And that's not far.
Farina. I'm gonna give him. Let's
Started later in life, right?
I know.
But he was in some blockbusters. Like, you think about some of these movies.
But he was also in a lot of TV shows too, so he was
Regularly
working.
Like Law and Order or one of those, SUV or SVU, whatever.
SUV.
SUV. I've never actually seen an episode of that.
Neither
of any of them. Not one ever.
I don't.
And there's like 30 different versions of it, right?
That stuff is interesting to me.
No,
I got a number.
Me either.
I have a number.
Where are we starting?
Starting with you, Mike. Dennis Farina.
10 million.
10. I've got 6.
I have 7.
Oh, damn it.
10 was also my number.
We'll split it, Eric.
Dennis.
I think we're close.
Farina.
He might be over 10.
Dennis Farina had a net worth of $8 million.
Damn. So
Allison
close.
Yeah, dudes.
We were all right around it, though. It's good. Benicio del Toro. Benny the Bull.
Is he independently wealthy?
I don't know.
Benicio. He's such a weird dude. I love him. So strange.
Oddball. Let me see here. I don't know this guy, man.
You know what I do know about Benicio del Toro? He's produced a bunch of stuff like that. There was that whole cartel thing that he did. Was it Mexican Cartel? Like, he produced a bunch. It was a big cocaine movie. I can't remember what it was.
You're not talking about Narcos or anything?
Not Narcos. I forget the name of the movie, but it was a true story. And he was in it, but he was also, I think, the producer of it.
Traffic?
Yeah, I think it was Traffic. I think he produced that.
I've got a number, and I will be undercutting him, I'm sure.
I've got a number.
I have a number.
I'm just pulling one out of my head.
I'm going with $5 million for Benicio.
Ooh.
Wow. I think I undersold him a little bit. Al?
12.
Damn it. Mike?
25.
Ooh, shitballs. Eric?
Mine was also 25.
Damn.
You guys copying.
We're colluding. No, we're just colluding over here. Don't pay any attention. You and Al are sitting there colluding right next to each other.
No.
I need somebody to partner up with in this criminal enterprise.
Okay. Be prepared to be surprised. Benicio del Toro has a net worth of $45 million. Wow.
Damn.
So Eric,
that kid's done good.
He was the collector.
He's no kid either. He's older than me.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think he would be up there, but God bless America, right? Or God bless.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, he don't.
Usual Suspects. He was so great in that movie.
Yep.
Escape from Dannemora.
Jason.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I know.
I don't watch those movies, so I don't even pay attention to them. Yeah. Boy, he's been in some monsters though. He's in like the Avengers stuff, right? Or he's involved in it.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I should have gone higher. I didn't really.
Though, so it was hard to gauge. All right, Jason Statham.
Ooh. Big fan.
He's got some big ones.
He's got some monsters. He's done well. I gotta think he's done well.
He's got that Snatch money, so that's huge.
He's got that whole $200K from Snatch.
He's got Fast and the Furious money.
Yeah.
He's got Transporter money.
Expendable.
And I don't watch the Fast and Furious movies, and I don't watch the Transporter. I have a limited scope of what I watch.
Oh,
and
so do I, but
suspended reality and racing cars is definitely not in my wheelhouse.
They're making a Spy too.
I loved him in Spy.
It was so great.
great in
I
Spy.
made this suit, didn't I?
I could listen to him rattle off those things that he did on missions for hours on end.
I'm going to go back and watch that again. Just because I haven't seen it in years. Melissa McCarthy was great in it.
Yep.
Bobby Cannavale was in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Jason Statham, I'm going to go. Everybody have your numbers?
Yeah, I got one.
Number.
I'm going with 65.
So, how is that possible? That's exactly what I wrote down.
Because you guys are sitting next to each other, you fucking cheaters.
69 and put 65. 65 for me and Al, so we're going to lose. Because of me. Mike.
I'm going to go 88. Throw an odd number out there.
And Eric?
75.
75. I do like that Mike said 88, and I'm going to throw an odd number out there as opposed to the most.
An even number. Odd in that it's normally I operate in lots of 5, Brendan. You know how my simple brain works.
Ooh.
Did I hit it?
No.
Did somebody hit it?
Jason Statham has a net worth of
it's over 100 million.
90 million.
Wow.
Holy shit, man. So my normal path of doing lots of 5, instead of doing 88, I would have done 90.
I know.
And then I would have got 2 points. God damn it. But I'll take the 1.
So you're up 2-1 at this point.
Holding steady, boys and girls.
Now this one here is going to be tricky, I think.
This is Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie.
Guy.
He's known for having a lot of like side hustles besides movies.
Right.
He's got that.
And he's got like his own beer.
He's got his own beer.
He's got even though the grill that's used in The Gentleman, like he's got a stake in those even.
Are you kidding me? That like tabletop grill thing when they were making the steak?
Yeah.
And he,
by the way, Hugh Grant kind of freaked me out in that movie.
Yeah. Oh,
he was the creep factor was way up there, but he was good. I mean, it was good. It was just creepy. Anyways, I digress.
This is gonna be. This number is getting serious over here.
All right, I've got a number down. It's last time.
I got
Let's
a number.
hear him. Who starts?
Okay, Eric, give me a number for Guy Ritchie.
I'm gonna say 125.
Fuck.
Shit.
I might be wildly off here.
Or I might be wildly off.
Mike, what do you?
All right, I had 105.
Oh shit, I am wildly off. Allison, what do you have?
I had 100.
God damn it, I am wildly off.
Is it?
What did you put down? Is it 6 million?
I had 225.
Oh no! You could very well be right with all of his side hustles. Who knows? I mean, we'll know in a minute, right?
Okay, Guy Ritchie has a net worth of 150 million.
Wow.
So Eric, you said 125, so you pulled that. That's
is close.
One for me.
He got some of that. He had to get some of that Madonna cash.
Maybe.
I'm guessing, right? Did he? You think he peeled some of that back when he broke off from her?
Certainly possible.
Did he get alimony?
Oh, by the way,
I mean, you think about it. Like she's worth. How much is she worth?
Don't look it up because we may need a tiebreaker. So
okay,
because she's my tiebreaker right now.
She is the tiebreaker. Okay, yeah. I was getting ready to punch it in, and I'll stop.
I just saw her number, and she's the tiebreaker because I'm out of
okay.
It, so. 2-2. Eric and Mike are tied. Allison's got 1.
Oh.
And I'm pulling at the rear.
Tied up right now.
0. Okay, Bradley Don't Call Me Brad Pitt.
Wait a minute. Does he really seriously say that now?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just me saying it.
You threw me off.
He's been on this before, I think, in previous iterations, but it doesn't matter.
Has he?
No.
I think back in the day when we were doing it for other purposes.
Yeah, we've done 60 of these,
there's so many.
There's been let's see, probably 40. How much are they worth games? Something like that. 30, 40.
He had to come up at some point, I would think.
Yeah. Shit.
I've got a number written down, and
see.
I have a number.
Same number for Guy Ritchie. So what am I doing for Brad Pitt? I think he's got some other stuff going on besides just acting.
He does a lot of producing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a massive producer.
Did he and Angelina get divorced?
Or
who knows?
I'm sure they both had prenups.
Sure.
And who cares, really? I don't know. Are they divorced? I think about some of the movies. All right.
Yes, they've got
Seven, Fight Club, the Ocean series. I mean, and he did some producing on some of that stuff.
He's got 81 acting credits and
81?
60 producer credits.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got a number in my head. Who's with me?
I've got a number.
I've got a number that I hate.
I have a number.
I don't know if I like my number, but I got a number.
Well, Allison, you go first.
Oh, all right. I'm going out on a limb. I'm saying 350.
I'm saying 231.
I'm saying 250.
I'm saying 450.
Oh my! Whoa! Oh, stop the clock. That's a lot of fucking money.
Scorsese category.
Okay.
No, not the Martin Scorsese thing again. That fucking threw me off. That ruined my week when we went through Marty Scorsese. What was that one for, Brendan?
I don't remember, but
I mean, I remember doing it, and I was like,
it wasn't Goodfellas. It was something else.
Oh, then you guys did it a long
Was
time
it good?
ago.
Well,
I did it recently with Goodfellas.
We hit
embarrassed
Scorsese
myself.
twice, and
we hit Scorsese back in the day, and I was like,
wildly off twice.
Well, when we were thinking about his catalog alone, I think I went in like with a number, and this could be off, but it was way high. I was like 300 million, 350 million, 400 million, and he was somewhere. I mean, he has a ton of money. There's no question, but it was nowhere near what I thought it would be based on his catalog.
Than De Niro or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So I just derailed us again.
So,
Jesus, Benjamin Button.
We have a standing rule that almost rarely has to be used, but I want to say this before we say the number. When there's a tie, when two people are equidistant from the number in the middle, tie goes to the lower number. It's the Price is Right rule, kind of, right?
Oh.
So we
then
have
it's
a number in the middle. So
I think I know what you're going to say.
Brad Pitt has a net worth of $300 million. Oh, it's not in the middle, actually. Allison had 350. So Mike gets it at 250.
Oh,
Michael!
I was thinking you had.
Damn.
It was 350.
See, I come in.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like that late call up, that September call up in baseball comes in and like throws a no hitter. I mean, I haven't been on in a while. You know, Brendan put me on the shelf.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just come back in swinging.
I was really doing well for like 4 or 5 weeks in a row there, and then the last 2 weeks I have goose egg
tanked
out of this game.
Yeah.
For 4 or 5 weeks, but we did only 2 episodes during that time.
I have regressed to the mean, I think, for my abilities. Yeah. So let's wrap up Snatch. We're all huge fans.
Yeah.
It's for those who haven't seen it, definitely rush out and see it. And like it's super funny. It's funnier than you think it is.
And it, like our son Liam, who's 18, now watched it like a year or two ago and absolutely loved it. So like it works for the new generation.
Yeah,
really
you know what?
appreciating the movie.
I was thinking about that recently because through COVID, I took Will on a little journey of some of the comedy classics of a lifetime, and we cataloged from the Mel Brooks early era up to the Will Ferrell early 2000s kind of stuff. So we went Blazing Saddles all the way to like Old School and those kind of comedies. Yeah. And it was interesting. It was an interesting exercise for multiple reasons, right? One was to see what his reaction would be to some of this comedy. The other was to dissect his reaction to some of the older comedy, like the Mel Brooks stuff. That's a little bit like you couldn't pull it off today. And it's, maybe a little bit too racy for today's speed, but I mean, still has weight. But the other part that was interesting was that it was not, some of it didn't translate well. Like Caddyshack isn't as funny as it was 25 years ago.
And
I mean, it's funny.
I attribute
there's some funny parts
to pacing, because even like Caddyshack and movies around that era, it's just not snappy enough. It's not quite fast enough.
Which is where this movie works.
Yeah. Right.
Obviously, it's real quick. It's the music is great. Also, I like all of it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm anxious for him to take an almost 14, but like to get him into that mindset of watching this kind of movie and understanding what's going on, understanding the pace, understanding the storyline.
Over the next couple of years, he'll start to get it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. And it's really been like a fun and unique process. Like watching Old School with a 13-year-old is maybe a little bit on the edge. And for those of you who are judging me, feel free. I don't care. Yeah. But it's been fun. And this is a movie, like I have my top 5 movies and I would love for my kids to watch them.
Yeah.
And I don't know that my kids have seen any of them, any of my top 5.
Sit Will down and have him watch The English Patient.
I will wait on The English Patient with him. Maybe I would sit down and I would watch it with Maddie. But Will, I think probably about 45 minutes in, stabs me.
Yeah.
In the neck.
I agree.
Hard with a very sharp knife. So yeah, we'll hold off on that with him, and that and Casablanca too. Like I'll watch those with Maddie.
All right, Eric. Any final thoughts on Snatch? Other than what we said?
No, it holds up really well. I laughed as hard watching it yesterday as I did the first time I saw it. Those couple lines in there that just get you every time.
Yeah.
The good thing is, it appears Guy Ritchie is turning in, leaning into his strength now. He's getting back into this stuff with Gentleman, and he's got a couple other projects coming up that are much more London gangster, heist, funny, gang related, but stylized, like Snatch and Rock and Rolla and The Gentleman. He's doing a lot more of this stuff going forward, so we can look forward to more stuff. Great.